And I thought it would be a good opportunity because even if you're new, you need to see how we communicate, right? One of the ways that we communicate is through Telegram. We have our main Telegram page, and we put it there. I think there's probably close to 18,000 people that are on that. But what that means, if there's only 18,000 people, that means that there's what, 52,000 people or 53,000 people that aren't getting the message. Okay, so we're out here today. We've got 71,000 people in this smart contract. We've got 242 people here right now. That goes up and down, and we have these twice a day. But even if I'm talking to 300 people or 1,000 people, and even if I'm putting messages into the Telegram to talk to 17 or 18,000 people, we're still talking about 50,000 people that aren't getting the message, right? So what happens is this: it starts to become a leadership thing, okay? And that's one thing I want to talk about. If you are the one on your team, or one of the many on your team who's coming out to these calls, or one of the many that actually pay attention to Telegram, you need to do a few things for you and your team and your sanity, by the way, okay? To make sure that you keep your brains and don't want to pull your hair out. When you're dealing with that many people, it's important that the communication is there, right? It has to be there. And if it's not, it causes craziness. And what happens is we'll have a call like this, and there'll be the same exact question asked 50 different times on this call. Like if I just open this up right now and I said, hey, we're going to answer customer support questions, we would get like almost the same support question over and over and over again. So what I want to do is I want to talk about some of the support issues that are out there. And this will be good for new people too, because you know what's going to happen is you're probably going to go to YouTube and you'll probably check out videos. There'll be things out there that you need to hear it from us, okay? Because obviously competitors are a little bit scared of what we've done in the last 2 weeks, and they should be, because we have something really great going on here, okay? So with that being said, there's a few things that I want to touch on specifically about the smart contract, about the updates, about gas fees, about where we're going for the future, and all that. Okay, so that's what I want to update you on. Some of you are putting specific questions in here. I know we don't have a support desk, but I'm going to try my best to help you here today answer some of these questions so you have complete clarity. Okay, so one thing we're going to start with, number one, is we had an update yesterday in our back office. Okay, and it was the update that everyone has been waiting on. It shows the statistics, it shows every transaction. You can search your downline, and you can really start to manage your business effectively, right? And everyone is excited about it. I'm excited about the way it works. It's perfect. It shows your downline. It shows exactly how many sales they've made. It shows what level that they're at as far as the packages. It shows how much Ethereum they've earned, right? So you have complete clarity on your personal team, exactly what they're doing, what they're not doing. It's kind of funny. I had a couple people hit me on Telegram last night, and one of the people, they were talking about, like, as far as earnings and stuff like that. I was like, well, how many people, have you personally referred? They're like 11. I was like, okay, great. How many people have they referred? Oh, we're at least like 40 strong. I was like, okay, so I pull up the back office. Well, he had personally referred 11, right? But his entire team together had only done 10 other people, right? That's a big difference between 40. So what I'm telling you is that these statistics and these updates are going to give you complete clarity on exactly where your business is at, right? So if you have a question about, hey, how do we get more spillover? How do we get more earnings? Well, it's easy, okay? The way that you do it is everybody works together, right? Not everybody sits and watches one person do it, but everybody works together. That is what is required to have success in any business. Anyone that tells you different, they're just trying to get you to say yes, right? You need to come in with the idea that you're going to do your part. So we're excited about those statistics, but here's the deal. Even though I put it on Telegram in both Spanish and English, I got blew up all night. I know Edgardo got blow up all night. That the balance is in your back office. Okay, so where it shows your Ethereum balance and then it shows your US dollar equivalent, we were very clear that those are not accurate. Okay, those are being updated, and those will be updated today. So a lot of you saw your Ethereum go up, and so the question is, oh my gosh, well, my Ethereum went up, but it's not matching my wallet. Why is this not shown in my wallet? Well, it's because only 17,000 people or 18,000 people are in Telegram. We put the message in there in Spanish and English, and even out of the 17,000, there might only be 5,000 that read the message, right? So what happens is the world wakes up, People are about to go to bed. They see their Ethereum's up. They see that their dollar value's up, but they're like, hey, it's not hitting my wallet. What's going on? So this boils down to communication, right? The only way that you're going to be able to calm your team, the only way that you're going to be able to communicate effectively to your team is if you're dialing into the communication channels that we have. It's really simple. Everything that we do, we put into Telegram. Okay. So if there's an update, if there's a video, if there's a bug in the system, if there's our system is down, if anything like that happens, the very first place that you're going to be able to get it from is Telegram. If you have a question about anything in regards to that, every new PowerPoint presentation that we've done in different languages is in Telegram, right? So there's so many tools and there's so much information that you're missing, unfortunately, that's being put in there. So I want to encourage you, obviously, as you can, since I've said it like 100 different times, I want to make sure that you're getting in there and that you have you and your team in Telegram. I would assume after this call today that the numbers in Telegram will go drastically up, okay? And I'm going to be shooting a video that you can send to every single person on your team as well, and make sure that they're following us, because here's the deal. Everybody that had a long night, everyone that got a message saying, hey, my balance is wrong, my Ethereum's not showing in my wallet that was there, all those questions that you dealt with for the last 8 hours, they really could have been avoided if you would have read the message in the Telegram in Spanish or English, right? And in English, I actually put it in there twice. I updated people twice, okay? So I'm going to put the link in here for Telegram. It's the only Telegram channel that is the official Telegram channel. So if you want the accurate information, that's where it's going to be, okay? So that's number one. We updated the statistics. Everybody's excited about those, but when we did it, there was one little glitch with the numbers. That'll be corrected today, okay? The programmers are doing it, so statistics and all that stuff will be updated today, okay? Perfect. So we got that out of the way. Make sure that you're sharing that with your team, because I know a lot of you had that question, and I bet even a lot of you watching this today, until I just said that, you had no idea because you did not read the Telegram, right? Which is okay. Now, second thing, let's talk about gas prices, okay? Because, the issues that usually come up inside of Lionshare right now is the back office functionality, which we drastically improved that yesterday besides the little glitch. And the second thing that we deal with is gas prices, okay? So if you're new, you heard me mention the term gas price. Gas price is basically a fee that the blockchain charges, okay? And that fee is dictated by the miners, okay? So whatever amount of work that our smart contract has to do is what is determined by the gas fee, okay? So oftentimes we'll get the question, your gas fee is high. Can you lower your gas fee? Well, the answer is no. We don't control it, right? That's not us. I mean, we don't own the blockchain. I mean, we owned a bunch of the traffic on the blockchain at times, but we don't own the blockchain, right? So we cannot change the gas price up or down. The only thing that we can do, just so you guys know what we can do, is there is things in our code that we can move what we consider the maximum gas price, right? We can move it up or down. But here's the deal. If we go too low with it, what happens is if someone comes in and they try to pay and it wasn't enough gas, well, they lose their gas fee, right? So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we keep it where it's at. So a couple key things to note. When you go in and you do a purchase, the gas fee that you see will always, almost 100% of the time, be much higher than the gas fee that you're actually going to pay. So what I mean by that is, when you go in there and you to purchase something, it pops up a little screen that says, hey, here's the price, here's your gas fee, here's your total, and it wants you to confirm it, okay? So whatever that gas fee shows, almost 100% of the time, it's going to be much higher than what it actually is, okay? So I would encourage you to let people know that, hey, this is what it's going to show, but it's probably going to be less than what you're seeing here. I've said this, I think every day this week. You want to make sure that if you're out there sharing Lionshare or any smart contract for that matter, because by the way, we've done research on other smart contracts to see if our gas prices are just out of control, and they're actually not. They're right in line, sometimes actually much lower than others. when you're upgrading, the gas fees are much lower, by the way. It's the new people that are going to experience the gas fees that seem high, okay? So as a person who is out there promoting your business, you need to make sure to educate people. As soon as they're getting started, don't get so focused on the affordability that you forget to mention the gas fee, because it's going to put you in an awkward situation when they go to pay, and instead of $12, it's $17 or $18, right? Or whatever the fee may be. The gas fees are constantly changing. It depends on the amount of traffic. It depends on the time of day. It depends on the miners, I mean, everything is built into it that we don't control. Okay. So just know that, because those questions become up all the time. I know, especially in some other countries, it's even higher for whatever reason, that gas fees will be higher at specific times. We don't control it. So when people ask us about it, or if new people ask you about it, you need to say, look, this is just part of the cost of doing business. There's cost of doing business in any business, but I would also say this: if anyone's come out to the calls, if anyone's seen the testimonials of the type of Ethereum that everyday ordinary people are earning here, they're not going to gripe about $5 or $6 or even $10 for a gas fee if they understand the potential that they can have here as far as earnings are concerned, right? And that's what we got to get back to. You got to get back to why you started this thing, and that kind of leads me into my next topic here. And I know people probably weren't expecting this, but I've got to say it, okay? Right now in this industry, I've never seen so many experts in my life when it comes to blockchain. Everyone in the world is a blockchain expert. Everyone in the world understands smart contracts. They understand exactly how they work. They're not programmers. They can't write a single line of code, but they understand everything about a smart contract. And the thing that we get is, hey, there's this bug in your smart contract, or there's this challenge with your smart contract. And what always comes after that 100% of the time is nothing, right? It's the nothing. It's like, hey, I just want to say it to make you feel like I know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of videos. There's a lot of haters out there. There's a lot of people talking. Folks, it's not by accident that 71,000 people have said yes, right? It's not by accident that over $7.5 million US in Ethereum have been paid out in this short amount of time. So, if you want to get caught up in the noise of what could be wrong, or what isn't wrong but is a perception, that's on you, right? You have to deal with that on your own. For those who want to focus and put their head down and know that this is working, because it's obviously working, you're the ones that are going to be successful. The ones that are paying attention to what everybody else are doing, you're always going to be the ones that fail. I'll tell you that. When I first got started in this business, the best advice I ever got is, all I wanted to do is I wanted to look at every single leader out there. What were they doing? What type of videos were they making? What did their websites look like? What did their advertising look like? And finally, this guy told me one time, he's like, look, James, when you stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and start worrying about yourself, that's when you're going to have success, because you have it inside of you. That changed my life. It sounds really simple, but like, everybody wants to be a blockchain expert today. Why? What is the purpose? The purpose here, the reason why you're here, the reason why you joined Lionshare, the reason why you're checking us out for the first time, is because you want some income for your family. It's not to become a programmer. It's not to become a blockchain expert. That is not what is offered here. What's offered here is an unbelievable opportunity. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen so many people earn so much so quickly in my career. And that's not a sales pitch. That's the truth, right? It's right there. It's an open ledger. You can see it. Don't you think that if we had major issues with our smart contract, that it would already be out there and we'd already be done? Don't you think that would happen? I mean, how many have we seen come one day and be gone the next because they didn't do things correctly? You have a huge opportunity here. Remember, the haters are going to hate. The competitors are going to hate. They're supposed to, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. But you have leadership here. You have, we've attracted so many great people into this to make this an unbelievable community for you to be part of. And it's only been 2 weeks. And that leads me into my next point, okay? We are 2 weeks old, barely. We're not even 2 weeks old yet, right? We're about to be 2 weeks old. And it's almost as if people will think that we've been around for a year, right? So when you start comparing us to anybody else, make sure that you take that into consideration. Sure, we've only been out there 2 weeks. So right now, we just updated our statistics and all that information in the back office. If you would have read Telegram and came out to these calls, you would have already known, hey, what we did was a light launch. We wanted to get it live as soon as we could so people could start earning. We said that very upfront. Hey, we did a light launch. The rest will be coming. Well, the rest is here, right? We have a little challenge with the statistics. That's going to be updated today. Not a big deal. We have multiple languages coming this week, right? Where you're going to see our back office in multiple languages, our videos in multiple languages. So I don't think we're behind anything. I think we're way in front of the curve. And I think that is starting to scare a lot of people, okay? So if you're a leader out there and your challenges are coming from, hey, the back office isn't correct. We know that. We've already put that out there, right? The statistics are correct. The transactions are correct. It's just the only thing that's not working back there right now is showing the correct amount. It'll be updated. If you're a leader out there and you're taking heat because the gas prices are high, guess what? You don't control it, and neither do we, and we're right in line with everybody else. I can assure you that, okay? So just know that. If you're out there and you're taking questions on, hey, why am I not receiving more spillover, right? Why am I not getting more spillover? It's really simple. It requires everybody to do their part, right? If you're sitting there and you're the one asking for the spillover, you're probably the one sitting there not referring anybody, if I had to guess. And, I'm probably throwing some stuff out there at you that I seem kind of like, oh man, I can't believe he's talking to us like that. I want to give it to you straight, right? I mean, I'd rather just straight up tell you what's going on so you have complete clarity, so you can take this with you and be able to share it with your team. So, the only other thing that I can really think of is the recognition program that was announced. So I'm going to talk about that just really briefly. There's a lot of questions and a lot of confusion out there because basically we put an image out there that showed new rankings, right? That's what it showed. It had no other detail, right? So anybody see that? Can you give me a wave if you saw that? And maybe you're a little bit confused, like, what does this even mean? Well, I'll be straight with you. I think it was released a little bit early. Okay. It was a little bit premature on releasing that. Okay. Because the truth is that the details behind it are still being finalized. There's a couple of things with the recognition program that I want you to understand that is very different, okay, than anything else out there. The recognition program is built to recognize the ID, right? This is an anonymous community, right? We don't know who you are. We have your IDs, right? You have the wallet addresses. That's it. So the idea is to recognize, you hear me talk about the transparency in this industry, and the one that I always hit on is the member and the distributor transparency. And the reason why is because I think there's a lot of people that put out a bunch of false information out there when it comes to income claims. And I can't stand it because it puts a bad name out there. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to find a way to recognize you in front of your peers. And if you want to show your ID to people, imagine being able to log into your back office and say, look, I'm a diamond with Lion Share. That's way more valuable than any amount of money that we could offer with that. Okay. So when it comes to the details behind the recognition, we're going to be releasing that, okay? Edgardo and I are going to be speaking on that, and we will release the details to exactly what that means. I wish we would have held up a little bit on sending that out, but we've been talking about this recognition. We wanted to show you all that, hey, we are working on it, right? We're excited about it, and this is an idea of how it's going to look. So the positive things that you can get from the image that we sent out is that, the rankings that come along with this smart contract and the recognition are achievable, right? I mean, we have a rising star that every new person that comes in can make 3 sales, and they're all of a sudden a rising star. That makes people feel wonderful, right? I'm a rising star up in this place, right? And then I'm bronze, and then I'm silver, then I'm gold, and your goal is to get to diamond. And I know one thing for a fact, okay? Once you get to that diamond level, we will be having a diamond retreat where we invite all the diamonds out, right? And we're all going to meet in one location, and it's going to be a phenomenal thing where we can all collaborate and mastermind and work together in this community that we created, right? So that's going to be really cool, and that's one thing that will definitely come. The rest of the details specific to the recognition program, I don't have all those details yet. Okay. I'm just being honest with you, okay? But we will release everything that we can about that very soon, so there's complete clarity. Now, I want to remind you though, there's 213 people here now, right? Some people have already left. There's 71,000 people up in this place already. So the thought that this message might get out to every single person is probably impossible. What I am going to do is I'm going to make a detailed video, kind of like what I just did here with you. It'll be a little bit longer than the videos that I normally post. And I'm going to post it on Telegram. I'm going to post the room right here. I want you to make sure to share that video with every single person that you possibly can. Help me, because if you help me, it's going to help you, because these are the questions that are out there. These are the concerns that are out there. It always comes down to the back office, what you can see and what you can't see in your back office. It always comes down to the gas fees are too high, or hey, I don't feel like I'm getting enough spillover. I answered every single one of these. Okay. Every single one of these I've been able to answer. And what I'll do, I'm just going to look through here and see if there's anything that maybe has come up multiple times that I missed. One thing I do want to talk about. Okay. Just because it's been out, the number 33. Okay. When we first launched, for those of you who are brand new, we had an issue. I mean, that's just we had more than one. We had a couple issues when we launched, like that first day, but one of them was the number 33 ID. We had an issue with that. I'm not going to get into all the details behind it. All I'm going to tell you is that we told everybody from day one that we were going to refund the number 33 purchases minus what people have earned. Obviously, if someone earned $2,000, we're not going to refund their money there, because they earned way more than what they purchased into it. Okay. But we've refunded every single person at this point. So all the number 33 positions have been paid back. Okay. So just important for us to note that publicly. I know people wanted to make a big deal out of that, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a big deal at the time, but it's been it's been fixed. So I just wanted to put that out there. Other than that, listen, I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all for taking the time. I know usually on this call we bring out a bunch of people, let them talk about the Ethereum that they've earned, and that's important. But what's more important is for you to leave here today with some clarity, in my opinion. Okay. I didn't even tell Edgardo I was going to do this. I felt strongly, with all the messages that I know he got overnight and that I got overnight over the same exact thing, that we've got to find a way to get the message out there and communicate with people effectively. And it starts at the top with the leadership, right? And you got to make sure that your team is following protocol. So this is the last thing I'm going to tell you. Okay. If you text me or WhatsApp me or Telegram me or however you get a hold of me, and you're asking me a question that I just placed on Telegram, right? Just expect to be ignored. Okay. And if I'm a leader, I would be training my team today. Don't come to me with these questions, because they're answering them. What other smart contract do you know that is communicating like we're communicating, right? It doesn't happen. It does not happen. This is a decentralized program. We don't have to say a word. We don't have to help a single person. We just have to, let the platform do its thing. It's not what we're doing. We're doing our best to help you as much as we can. So what I'm going to do right now, just while I'm talking here, I'm going to put the Telegram link in here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put this to everybody. Okay. So look, this right here, if every single one of you are not following this, and every single one of your team members, when they join you, the very first thing you should give them is this right here. Say, this is where you're going to get all your answers. This is where they put the videos. This is where they put the updates for the calls. This is where they put, if there's a challenge with the system, this is it. This is the one that they want to follow. Okay. Now I'm also going to put the Spanish one here. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put the Spanish one as well, because I want you to be able to have that. Okay. So give me just a second, because I know that we have Spanish folks out there as well. So one thing that we are going to be doing every single time I put a post on English, it's going to be translated into Spanish. We have a bunch of Spanish people that work with us that can help us with that we're going to throw in there. So here is the Spanish version as well. Okay. So I put the English and I put the Spanish in there. Let me just go through here. I see a couple people. Okay. Yeah, so a couple of you had mentioned like I need to read up on the 33. Just know that everything's been refunded on that, so you should be good to go. I mean, what we told people from day one, and again, did it get out like it should? I don't know. Is that you should immediately just go join with the person that you were supposed to join with, and that we'd be refunding you, and we did that. Okay, so we did our part. I think we needed this. I mean, based on the messages that I'm getting here, I'm getting a lot of thank yous, and I mean, you're welcome. I mean, thank you all for being here. But I wanted to make sure that there's clarity, because in clarity there's power, right? And if we can together have clarity, and every single time there's a hater, every single time there's a video, we know what the truth is. The rest of it doesn't matter. I would encourage you, if you want to earn the type of income that people talk about on here, get your blinders on, man. Put your blinders on and don't listen to the noise. Remember why you came here. You came here for your family. You didn't come here to listen to me. You didn't come here to, listen to other people's success story. You came here to create your own. And the only way that you can create your own is to lean into it, right? And forget about everything else and just do it. All right. So listen, we appreciate all that you're doing. We really do. Let me see here. I'm checking some of these messages. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that. So, all right, so we are good to go here. I really appreciate everybody taking the time to come out. Like I said, I hope you got some clarity from this. I wish I would have recorded it. That would have been smart, but I didn't. I don't know if anyone recorded this. We find a way to reach out to me and let me know. That would have been great. Oh, you did, Alfredo. Okay, Alfredo got it. If you can send me this, I think it'd be great to throw it out there. That way, maybe I don't have to shoot a new video. I'll edit it out and just put this part of it, because I think people need to hear it. So, all right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come out. I don't know. I left kind of Edgardo just like out there. This dude worked all night. Edgardo, are you out there, man? You want to come say hello to everybody or anything you'd like to add?